Hey, what's going on everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some Fallout 76 news to talk about. Some very exciting news with Bethesda pretty much just revealing the new factions coming to Fallout 76 in their new Inside the Vault article. Bethesda go on to say Fallout 76 Inside the Vault, new arrivals coming to Appalachia in Wastelanders. Welcome back to Inside the Vault. This week we're showing introductions to the Settlers and Raiders, two new factions who you will meet when our Wastelanders update arrives. We've also got a brief update on the Wastelanders PTS. They say meet the major Wastelanders factions. Humans are on their way back to Appalachia in our upcoming Wastelanders update, but of course not everyone was prepared with the same exceptional training that you received inside Vault 76. Banding together with other like-minded folks and working toward a common goal has given these groups a means of survival and a purpose. They find new homes in the wasteland. The Settlers and the Raiders are two major factions you will encounter as you quest around Appalachia after the Wastelanders update, and we'd like to give you a bit of a spoiler-free background on each. So obviously, yeah, that's really cool they've decided to do this. A lot of people aren't paying attention to Wastelanders news just because of spoiler-free stuff, spoiler stuff and all those type of things. So again, this is spoiler-free, so yeah, it's all good if you guys want to listen. If you're scared of spoilers, obviously, yeah, again, spoiler-free. They go on to say, the Settlers, led by Page, the former head of Construction Workers Union in Washington, D.C., the Settlers are a hard-working and industrious crew, primarily made up of people who are well-versed in how to construct and run a city. After hearing that Appalachia might offer some refuge from the trials of the wasteland, they made their way into the area in hopes of finding a safe place to begin rebuilding. They broke ground at Spruce Knob, began repurposing its existing buildings, cleared the surrounding trees, and a fledgling city has begun taking shape, which then dubbing Foundation. These settlers may know their way around construction equipment, but have no idea what other challenges you and others have faced in Appalachia during the past year. It may be mutually beneficial to seek them out and share your experiences and lead a helping hand towards their efforts. So we got a couple of pictures here, some very, very cool news as well. First of all, we start off with the Washington, D.C. thing. The fact that they have a NPC from Washington, D.C. who seems to be a very big NPC might mean we get some news on Fallout 3 and could potentially in later updates, maybe in the next, at the end of the year or something, or in the next really big update, we could potentially see some Fallout 3 stuff maybe even come into Fallout 76, which is obviously really cool. And imagine if there was, an update in a year or so that let us go to the capital wasteland and actually, experience Fallout 3 yet again with some new story. A lot of people would extremely love that. That would be so awesome, and who knows, maybe they might even tie it into the Fallout 4 Creation Club, because yeah, we obviously did get to go back there in the Capital GNR, the GNR Plaza in the Capital Wasteland mini creation that they added. So that's obviously really cool. And the other thing to note is welcome to Foundation. This is like the new big city in Fallout 76, I guess. Like, I mean, there were a couple of big cities in Fallout 76 originally, but no one really cared exactly too much about them because there were no NPCs. There was really like nothing to do. Well, if they add this in, it's like the new Diamond City. That's going to be extremely cool, and I think a lot of people are going to eventually go there. And yeah, I guess we might see some, vendors and all that type of stuff. And from the other screenshot that we do get, it does look like, like the Diamond City security guard, there will be security people roaming around and all of that type of stuff. So it just makes it look so lived in. It just looks so awesome. I'm extremely excited for this update. And yeah, if we get like a Diamond City in Fallout 76, or, Megaton, that would be extremely cool to potentially see, obviously. And yeah, I'm extremely excited. But that's not all they say. They go on to say the Raiders. The Raiders are no strangers to Appalachia. At one time, they even called it home. After they caught wind that people were returning to the land they once claimed for themselves, the Raiders and their leader, Meg, decided to come back and put a stop to anyone who would dare snatch up their rightful territory. They've set up a rather formidable base of operations at the Craft Space Station, and they call it the Crater. And outsiders who drop by unannounced aren't going to get a warm welcome. If you're looking to arrange an introduction to Meg and her gang, you will need to be crafty. So that's extremely cool as well. If you don't, meet these people before, you actually go to their base and all that type of stuff, they will most likely attack you. So that's pretty interesting to eventually see, and I'm pretty excited for that as well. And again, just another cool thing that they've decided to add. They also say at both Foundation and Crater, you will find completely revamped locations to explore, new vendors to trade with, crafting areas, and plenty of people to talk to. However, your interactions with those people will depend on how your reputation with them and how they view you. Join us again next week for a look at the new reputation system coming for factions in Wastelanders. Obviously, we haven't seen, a reputation or karma system since, I believe, New Vegas and Fallout 3. So that's going to be really, really cool to see this. Obviously, the developers have already confirmed they're taking a lot of inspiration from Fallout 3. So again, that's going to be really awesome to see that as well. And yeah, just some more stuff. And again, if you're talking to people around Crater or Foundation, you're most likely going to be given a lot of new quests and all of that type of stuff. And it kind of makes me wondering, well, for this reputation and I guess maybe karma system, is there a way where you can be good with both of these factions, or are you going to have to make some risky decisions and eventually decide, well, I want to be with the Settlers, I want to be with the Raiders? Because yeah, that's going to be extremely interesting to see how Bethesda do work that into the story. And yeah, obviously a lot of choices will most likely have to be made, and yeah, this reputation system is going to come into that quite a bit. So again, new vendors and all of that type of stuff is going to be really cool. Hoping they will potentially add new weapons and all that stuff, and maybe some exclusive items we can potentially get from those vendors, again, would be really cool. And hopefully those new NPCs that we do come in contact with will give us some new dialogue options and potentially a couple of new quests that we will be able to do. And yeah, it will just make it quite a really cool thing. One thing that just popped up into my mind was, when you go to Diamond City, there's that community board that they have near the vendors. It'd be really cool if maybe they have a community board there, and you can get some side missions and all that type of stuff to get weekly updated. That would be pretty cool to eventually see them add. And yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how this is all going to go, and yeah, I can't wait. Alright, so other than that, look, that's probably some of the best Fallout 76 news we've had in a long time. I'm literally so excited. They have decided to reveal some other news about the Wastelanders PTS, which has been getting, a little bit of hate recently with the way pretty much they've been dealing with this stuff. But they say, earlier this week, we invited over 500 current Fallout 76 players to join us in a private test server, PTS, to play test the new content and hunt for bugs in our upcoming Wastelanders update. In the few short days that the PTS has been live, we've already begun receiving fantastic and in-depth feedback, as well as new bug reports to investigate. As we've mentioned before, our testing needs will likely grow, and we'll be looking to expand the current pool of playtesters. We are planning to send an additional round of invites to the Wastelanders PTS within the next couple of weeks, and we will let you know as soon as we have more details to share. So obviously, that's going to be extremely cool to potentially get some more, PTS plays and all of that type of stuff in. Again, I haven't applied for it or anything, obviously, because I'm on PC, but yeah, it'd be extremely cool to potentially get in and, yeah, play Wastelanders, I guess, a little bit sooner. I'm not even too sure how you get in. I think you have to go through all of this applying stuff. But, yeah, again, I'm not even really too sure. I guess just follow the instructions that they do actually have there. Again, I'll be linking the website down below and where the article, of where I've been getting all of this news and information. And, yeah, the pictures that we've had have been very, very awesome. And I'm extremely excited to potentially see and see all of this stuff really come into it. And yeah, it's going to be so awesome. I don't think I've been this excited for something like this in quite a bit, especially to do with Fallout, because Fallout 76 has been not exactly the best game for quite a bit now, and I'm very excited to potentially see what the future of it does actually go with, especially with Wastelanders coming out. I think that, yeah, hopefully Wastelanders will be able to change the game, and it looks like they've been working on it for over a year. And if there's, like, you know, two new big really towns of the Crater and Foundation, if they're anything like even half the size of Diamond City or Megaton, that would be pretty cool, because then if you can combine both of them up, they're pretty much the same size as one of them. So yeah, it'd make quite a bit of sense, as long as we get a lot of quests and storyline to potentially do with this stuff. I am going to be very excited for it, and yeah, I'm still interested to see what's going to be coming out. And yeah, it looks like, I think it's going to be next week, they will be doing the reputation system and talking about that. So again, stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video. And again, yeah, stay tuned for that. The reputation system video will be coming out, you know, a day or two or whatever after the news and stuff does eventually come out, hopefully. Again, yeah, I'm not guaranteeing it all, but yeah, again, it would be extremely awesome, and I'm very excited to potentially see it. So yeah, make sure you guys subscribe if, you know, you guys are all interested in all of that type of stuff. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, I definitely would really like to know what are your thoughts and opinions on all of this stuff down below in the comments. I think it, you know, again, I would like to know what do you guys think about Crater and Foundation. Let me know everything you guys want, your wish list for like the two towns and all that type of stuff. I would very much like to know in the comments down below. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.